There we go. What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? We're back. Another episode of the BCS Sports Show. Episode, I think it's 13 and a half. So this
It
is
is.
the 27th episode, I think. Yeah, that math works out. It's CJ and Spects. We have stuff to talk about.
We do.
We want to start with the sad thing first and talk about the Broncos Colts game that happened on Sunday.
Sure, let's talk the sad thing first. I have no idea what the sad thing is.
Well, okay. I should say sad thing for you, and then happy thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it felt like for 3 quarters, neither team wanted to win that game. Because Bo Nix had 3 picks, and Richardson had, I think, 3 picks, plus the Jonathan Taylor fumble.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, no one wanted to win until the 4th quarter.
Right.
That was one of the grossest games I've seen.
It was like that Thursday night game all over again.
It really was. It was horrific.
Yeah.
But, yeah, luckily, 4th quarter, Broncos special teams was big, and I want to say their defense was big, but part of that might also be play calling and Anthony Richardson as much as the defense. And that was basically the difference.
Yeah. And one stupid trick play by soon-to-be-fired Shane Steichen.
Yeah, that trick play was bad. Like, I do blame, obviously the coaches blame because it was a bad call, but also the wide receiver who's making that throw, you would think they would have a little bit of, like, wherewithal to say, hey, there is a defender right freaking there. let's
I sort of wonder, and I know they'll never say it, but yeah. I wonder if it was supposed to be like an option where it's like he can either just, it's a screen pass and he runs it, or if like no one's gonna jump the route, he can throw it back for like a flea flicker.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't think Shane Steichen's that smart.
That's true. And honestly, like, to be fair, whenever I've seen any of those plays, I have never seen a defender jump the second pass like that. So that might have also just been a super heady play by Nick Benito on the Broncos more than anything. But yeah, that was a tough call in that situation.
Yeah. But it basically clinches Denver's playoff victories because like I said, I have a friend who's at the game on Sunday, and he's living life because he's like, we were only supposed to have 5 wins or whatever, so he's like, everything's like,
that is true,
gravy, or it's like you're gonna get your ass kicked by Buffalo. So I don't know how great of it great of a victory that is.
I will say, and I told my boss this today, we haven't been in the playoffs since Peyton Manning won us a Super Bowl. So even if we go to the playoffs and get absolutely smoked by whoever, I'll take it.
You just got in there.
I'll take it. We got in there. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, like.
Yeah.
So, you were saying you hate the Jonathan Taylor fumble rule. I would like more clarity on that because it's an obvious fumble.
So here's my First off, it wasn't an obvious fumble. Get that straight.
I mean, he was dropping it before he went in.
So here's my thing, and it kind of goes back to the college. To me, it goes to like, I'm gonna make a comparison to baseball, and you're gonna say, well, you're crazy. So in baseball, we have a thing called the neighborhood play, where on a double play, before replay, you were allowed to be in the vicinity of the base, but not actually touch the base and be called out. Then when replay came around, that play was basically removed because what coaches would do is they say, hey, he never touched the bag. More literal letter of the law. And it basically garnered more outs. And what the conversation was it wasn't in the spirit of the rule. Do I understand the logic of somebody saying, well, that's a fumble? Yes.
Right.
However, I am the belief that if we're going to start doing this, and I know it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens so often. It
happens like twice a year probably between the college and the pros, yeah.
Where we're going to use replay to the T for something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should be allowed to do that. And here's my rationale behind it.
Okay.
Because if we're making the conscious effort of clear and conclusive video evidence that shows this, I don't think you can based on a single frame. Because they don't do that in any other aspect of the game where it comes down to one single frame to determine something. And especially a play of that magnitude where that's not, ball's at the 1. No, ball's a turnover and back at the 20, which I also disagree with.
Fumble out of the back of the end zone, yeah.
Which I disagree on plays like that because technically the fumble, by your logic and by your definition, the fumble happened not in the end zone. So by logic, it should be at the 1 yard line. And this is going to be, if someone's going to say, well, that's not, how would you describe it if a wide receiver reaches out? That's different. If he's hitting the pylon, he's that technically is a touchback. I don't think on plays like this, it should be, because by definition of what a fumble is, if he lost control of it on the 1, by logical reasons and the letter of the NFL rules, it should be at the 1 yard line and not a fumble out of the end zone because he lost control at the 1.
Well,
that's what it should be based on the definition of what they're looking at. But because we have the rule of like, well, it's out of the end zone, you're gonna do, and it should, like, argumentatively, that's what it should be, because it's not the fumble technically on those plays isn't in the end zone; it's at the 1. So I don't think that the punishment fits the crime, because you're essentially we're essentially recreating, we're making our own rules at that point, because what that rule is for doesn't add up in that situation.
I see what you're saying. When it comes to the fumble at the 1, I always was under the impression that only mattered if the offense recovered it. So if you fumble the ball forward, like let's say at the 20-yard line, the offense recovers at the 15, the ball goes back to the spot of the fumble. So you don't gain an advantage because of the fumble.
That's what that's more or less what I'm saying, is because realistically that happened anywhere else on the field. Like let's say he fumbled at the 15 and it got kicked to the
7
to the
or
7,
whatever.
It's back to the 15.
No, only if the offense recovers it. If the defense recovers it,
if the offense recovered it, that's what I'm saying is I don't understand why in that rule where it's sort of like if you were to flip it, or so, like if the offensive player were to flip it, how all of a sudden it's like it benefits the defense, because to me that doesn't make sense. And I know Brandon Pern has talked about it. Says, well, the rule's fine because it punishes stupid play. And I'm like, I don't think it necessarily punishes stupid play. I think it's one of those things that, and I know like people always say like, well, all the rules benefit the offense. This is the one defensive thing. But argumentatively, this defensive play is arguably more beneficial to the opposing team or the defense than any of the other plays other than maybe pass interference.
So
argumentatively.
Right. I guess so. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor drops the ball at the 1 and it goes out the back of the end zone, whatever. What if it's a fumble caused by the defense that causes the ball to jump out of the back of the end zone?
I think that's fine. Like if someone were to like punch it out.
So if you think it's a non-contact fumble, essentially.
I just think, because to me it'd be like giving yourself up. That's how I think it should be.
That's what I was just thinking.
You're giving yourself up. It's like put at the 1 yard line. They don't score because we've seen plenty of times where it's like they get stopped 4 times and then take a field.
Yeah,
to me that's the most. To me that seems more fair than being like, oh, he dropped it, it rolled out of bounds. It crossed the boundary and went out of bounds. 20, it's a turnover, it's a touchback, it's going the other way. That seems like way too much.
Yeah.
And half those times those calls have to be done in replay, where it's like it's the one frame that might show it, because then you're playing, well, where did he fumble? Was he in the end zone? I'm like, just place it at the 1. Then we're fine. Because then it doesn't shift momentum. You're not punished, because realistically the defense is no matter how you want to put it, the defense fucked up in that instance, because he's allowed to score and take it that easy. Like you fucked up. You're punishing them. You're giving the defense who should be punished on something like that.
The
benefit of that. You're giving them a break that they didn't deserve. So I don't think in instances like that where it's like, hey, he gave himself up, ball's at the 1.
Gotcha.
To me, that seems the most fair to me, because it gives the defense a chance to make a stand. And that's punishment enough. Now, granted, no one's going to say I'm right. They're going to be like, well, you're just sad. You're just mad. I'm like, I'm not even upset. I do fucking hate Jonathan Taylor. But that's neither here nor there. Why am I into... Oh, the God, Discord's breaking again.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why it is... you are frozen.
Yeah, I see that.
Let me try... Hold on.
Doing live editing here. It's
quick.
A good thing that half of this stuff is audio only.
That's true. Let me just do undo all the stuff I did.
If you can see the video side of this, it's amazing.
Hey, we're almost there. Let me just copy that guy. We're gonna copy that guy.
I see what you're doing.
We're gonna do some boopity boops.
Some boopity boops.
Some boopity boops. A little bit of technical difficulties because OBS was kind of a bitch when I logged on today.
Mine was doing that yesterday and I was streaming. It literally crashed 3 times.
Yeah, it's super sick when it does stuff like that. All right, I think that's good enough for now.
All I was doing was I was playing The Witcher, and I'm just like, bro, I just want to play The Witcher.
But yeah, okay, I understand where you're coming from, and obviously in this case it benefits me, so I'm like, keep the rule as is. But
yeah,
15 years ago, there was a similar situation when Champ Bailey took a touchdown, 100 yards, interception, and fumbled out the back of the end zone. It ended up benefiting the offense. So
yeah,
I actually don't.
I just think it's. I don't hate the rule, but I think we need to have tweaks because I think instances like it should be like a what is it in basketball? A clear
path foul type of thing.
A clear like some bullshit where it's just like clearly you're going to score because you got through them. We're not going to I just think the punishment should fit the crime. I don't think that punishment fits that crime.
I wonder if the answer is if it's a non-contact fumble, right? I think that's a very important piece. It's a non-contact fumble. I actually don't hate it if you made it so the offense kept the ball and maybe put them back on the 20. So then they keep possession, but they're not at the 1, so they're still getting punished for that.
Would it be like maybe
the 5 or 15, something
maybe
like that?
Maybe the 5. You put them in the they're in the red zone, I guess.
And that's why I thought the 20, right? Because that's like right at the edge of the end zone and whatever the yardage is. But I don't hate that because you're right. The defense got burned on a play, whether it be a run or a pass. The offense is obviously going to score, but then they do something just kind of stupid to screw themselves. They need to be punished in some way for it. So,
correct.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. At first, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? But now that you've kind of talked a little bit, I understand more where you're coming from, and I don't hate it. It's weird, but I don't hate it, especially because we do talk about forward progress anyway with fumbles. And technically, the defense doesn't recover these fumbles. It just goes out of the back of the end zone. So, interesting. But yeah,
maybe I'm crazy and I'm just mad that my team got burnt. Which is true,
it could be I've done the same thing with other sports like soccer. Every time I have a goal, I see a goal get pulled away. I'm like, offsides is stupid. Get rid of it. And then all the soccer guys get mad at me. So I understand where you're coming from. When you get screwed by a rule like that, it sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a crazy, and that was definitely the turning point of the game. It felt like because. I think up until that point, you guys were kind of killing us, at least running the ball. And Anthony Richardson, I think at that point I don't think he had thrown a pick yet.
Yeah, at that point, I think Bo Nix had 2, and Anthony Richardson was looking like Peyton Manning out there.
Yeah, at least as much as he can. Let's not overstate it, but so yeah, that but hey, it. At least for me, it helps the Broncos. We have a very good chance of the playoffs now. So, as long as I think, in order for us to not make the playoffs, we need to lose all 3 games, and then there be some weird tiebreaker stuff happen. So,
I don't think we get any of those tiebreakers.
No, because I think it would be probably the Dolphins or Bengals one of the two would need to win out, and then some other stuff probably happen. So it's.
Yeah.
But good news for you guys, the Chargers also lost. So you're only 2 back from the last wildcard spot.
Yeah, but I don't think even if we win out and you guys lose out, we don't get in unless you'd have to drop another.
Well,
and then you have to lose. So like you'd have to lose to like the Chargers tomorrow night, and then somebody else, and we'd have to win out. And I
think at this
point I'm rooting for Steichen to get fired.
Well, I think at this point the Colts cannot overtake the Broncos in the standings because we have 3 games with 3 games left, and we have the tiebreaker because we beat you.
Yeah, like I said, you'd have to lose 2 out of 3, and I don't see that happening.
I think the Chargers are the ones you guys would catch because you're only 2 games behind them.
I don't know what the standings are. At the moment.
No, that's what they are right now. The Broncos are 9-5. The Chargers are 8-6.
Oh, that's true. So the Chargers would, and who do the Chargers play? Anyone else?
They play the Broncos tomorrow, and then the Patriots and the Raiders. Oh,
so yeah, we're probably in the same.
They did get killed by the Bucks though. So
they'd have to cough up another game.
They would have to cough up at least one more. Yeah.
I mean, do I think that'll? I mean, I don't know.
It's not likely, but it's still technically possible.
It's mathematically possible, which I think sometimes matters because it's like, it's the NFL. Weird shit happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was likely BYU and CU would play in the Big 12 championship game, and then all that shit happened, and then it didn't. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, that's the game we cared about. I thought I was going to end up not being able to watch, but I ended up dropping from my Magic tournament, so I was able to come in at the first.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, this isn't a sports thing, but yeah, I was 1-2 going into the 4th round, and I beat the guy, but he had he had the same record, and he had way better tiebreakers than me, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to concede? Because I actually might have a chance for top 8," and I'm like, "Yeah, the Broncos game starts in 5 minutes. Screw it." So I gave him the win, and he actually made the top 8 of the tournament. So whereas I would have ended up at like 10th if I won out. So.
Oh, so he did like the nice guy thing.
I did the nice guy thing because tiebreakers were screwing me anyway. I wasn't gonna.
To be fair, I'm sure he appreciated it because there's plenty of guys in your position. He'd be like, "No, I'm gonna play it out. I want to see what happens."
Well, no, that's the thing is we did play it out, and I kicked his ass. But afterwards, he just was shooting his shot, and I'm like, you know what? I respect that for asking. Losing.
To be fair, I probably would have too, especially like because it's one of those things. Like, yeah, you beat him, but it's like. If you're not going to place, what does it matter?
Exactly. That was my thought. Is like, I'm not going top 8, but he has a chance to, even though we have the same record because of tiebreaker. So I'm like, yeah, let him try. And he did. He topped 8. I checked afterwards.
Because I'm guessing top 8. I'm guessing
that's where the money is.
Oh, it was top 8. So yeah, if you're not,
I would have finished 10th if I won my last round.
Yeah, good guy, CJ. Because it's like, it does. I'm out of it regardless.
Yeah. So anyway, I got to watch
CJ. Good guy, CJ.
All right, I haven't looked at this week's schedule outside of the Broncos game tomorrow.
Neither have I.
Well, let's take a look. We got Saturday games now.
Yes. Oh, there are 3 games Saturday.
Yes. There are 2 on Saturday.
Chiefs at Texans Chiefs at 10, Steelers Ravens at 1:30, and I thought there was another. I thought there were 3.
I think there's 3 next weekend.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, because next week's all messed up because of Christmas.
Christmas. Oh my God.
Wait, do we have Monday? Wait, hold on. So next week, hold on. We have games Monday. We have
Monday.
Bro, next week we have games Monday. We have games Wednesday. We have games Thursday, and mind you,
Saturday.
There's college too on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
This week.
No, this is a degenerate stream this week, dude. All right, yeah. So we have the Broncos game tomorrow night. Yo, those matchups on Saturday though are great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Texans kind of suck. They're not nearly as good as their record says they are, but also Mahomes is hurt, and Pittsburgh Baltimore is always a fun time.
I heard he played, so I'm the Devil Magic got him.
That is true, I guess. He basically is the song "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," but with a football instead of a.
Although to be fair, I like to say this: Josh Allen, since getting engaged, has been an unstoppable monster.
So good.
The AFC title game is literally going to be it's quite literally a battle of like star couples. With Josh Allen and Haley Stagfield and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
That is true. I think one has a little more star power than the other. But
yeah, well, one's been in cooler shit than the other.
That's true. One was in a Marvel stuff, and that's always a winner. But yeah, Josh Allen's gonna win MVP, right? There's no way he doesn't. He's so good.
I'm hard pressed to not give it to him. Yeah. I can't think of someone
like.
He really like it to Saquon, sure, but
I don't know if you. I think honestly they need to just make the MVP of the quarterback award, and then Offensive Player of the Year is every other position because it's kind of dumb. Yeah, I mean, Heisman's kind of a similar thing where like 90% of the time the quarterback wins it. So like, just make it a quarterback award. What are we doing? I guess the only other guy that might have an argument is Lamar Jackson. Even though Baltimore isn't quite as good, Lamar Jackson's stats are disgusting this year. They are. He is thrown for 3,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's ridiculous. So.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. Well, I want the Bills-Lions Super Bowl.
I think that's what you're gonna get.
God, I hope so. Both of those fan bases deserves a win, dude.
Because I'm just gonna say this: if the Chiefs play the Lions are gonna chew them up and spit them out.
I hope so, dude. The Lions have a lot of injuries. Like I want them.
David Montgomery going down.
Yeah, that's not
hurt
good.
me. Even though I have I had Jahmyr Gibbs in football, so I'm like in fantasy, so I'm like, oh, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's gonna get way more touches, even though I'm not in the playoffs.
Right. But yeah, like
kickers.
Then you have all their entire defense is basically hurt. Like it's who honestly
needs to get defense when you can score 40 points.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, you're right there. But it's honestly kind of a miracle that they're 12-2 with all the injuries they have.
They're gonna use this Montgomery knuckles going down.
Oh yeah, what do they call themselves? Knuckles and Tails or
Sonic and Knuckles?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Jahmyr Gibbs is Sonic, and I think Montgomery's Knuckles.
That makes sense.
So,
yeah.
And they post on Instagram like the scene where Knuckles is down and Sonic's holding him.
That's so funny.
So they're into it. I'm like, oh no, dude! I remember David Montgomery was doing like was a mediocre player in Chicago.
Well, you said it though. He was in Chicago.
No,
that's
why. Now he's like on the best tandem in football.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's so good. It just shows how much of a dumpster fire Chicago is.
So another game that's on Saturday. The Giants and Falcons with Michael Penix taking over the helm.
Yeah, he was in Costco today when he heard, dude.
Yeah, I saw that he was ordering a hot dog.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And meaning that Kirk Cousins will be the Colts quarterback in 2025.
Oh, I hope you enjoy that.
Oh, I'm gonna hate it.
You like that, dude? You like that?
I'm gonna fucking hate it. I'm gonna hate it unless they draft Quentin Ewers to back him up.
Is that who you want? Is that
the only one I'm gonna get? It's the only quarterback I'm gonna get.
You're probably right, honestly. Yeah, I don't think Shador and Cam Ward is gonna drop like that.
Like let's see, because you have Shador and Ward going 1-2, right?
I would
going 1-2.
Think so, yeah. Does Mel Kiper have his big board? Hell yeah, dude.
And I don't think. Oh wait, fucking CBS. Their thing's all messed up.
Best available.
Like Shador Sanders and Cam Ward go 1-2, meaning Hunter's gonna go to Colorado or go to New England.
Oh, I was about to have an aneurysm. I was like, what? We got him?
It looks like Jacksonville is not gonna Carolina drafts a wide receiver. It looks like in this mock draft.
That
so
makes
those
sense.
the two quarterbacks go, and like I said, if the Colts are smart, they take a quarterback. But right now, it looks like they're gonna get a wide receiver as well. But I don't think that's the right play. I would draft a quarterback. But that doesn't mean they won't. Like the next quarterback after the top 2 picks go is Jackson Dart at 18.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, there's a bit of a drop off there.
I mean, I'll say if they want to take Jackson Dart or Jackson Dart falls, I'll take him. But like I said, the only reason I'm saying like give me Quentin Ewers is because he'll be there in the second, third round. And I think he'll be kind of a steal at that. I think he'll be a steal at that point.
Yeah, because ESPN right now has it Shedeur, Cam Ward with the same grade, and then Quinn Ewers, and then Milroe and Carson Beck next. Which I don't know if like the Colts should not want Milroe because it seems like he's
gonna start.
And also he seems like he's just Richardson 2.0.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like I think like hell, I'll take Drew Allard too.
Oh yeah.
Or honestly, though, the sneaky one that I really like is not Allard because I think he's staying. Is that him? Is that Allard's the Penn State, right? Not Nussmeier, the guy Syracuse quarterback.
Oh, he's not even.
I can't think of his name offhand.
Thing.
Where is he? Not Carson Beck. Not Will. Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord is like the sneaky one for me that I think could be really good. But like if they got me Quinn Ewers like in the second round, even though knowing my luck, it'll be fucking Carson Beck and I'll be stuck with his tinny ass looking face.
I was gonna say I don't know if Quinn Ewers gets to the second round. I don't think he does. Like it's how many years do we have less than like 3 or 4 quarterbacks going in the first round? Because teams trade up. Like,
but the whole thing is though is like when you're looking at it, it's like I think the way this draft's gonna shake up is like Shedeur Sanders, Cameron Ward, S tier. I think there's a lot of, but I think they're like the top 2 like can't miss guys that are gonna go 1-2.
Oh, definitely. But I'm saying like someone will.
But the whole thing is I personally don't look at Jalen Milroe and say number 3 QB in the class. I think it's like whoever you think you can win with.
Yeah.
At that point.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Whoever fits your system better.
Because hypothetically, Jackson Dart might be the best, would probably be the third one, but it's like in terms of like guys who have been there and won in the college level, which helps a little bit, it's Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck. I don't count Jalen Milroe. So like in terms of that, like I would say Quinn Ewers is probably the number 3 one, but it falls off from 8 to 22. You know, so it's it's gonna fall, but it's just like how much value is in this like Quentin Ewers to like Jackson Dart area of those 4 guys.
Yeah.
Like, do you like in the terms of teams that need quarterbacks, are any of them really going to be like, oh, that's the guy? I think a lot of people are going to say we're going to wait because I don't think there aren't that many. There's not that many teams that you're like, oh, they need a quarterback.
I guess who does? Because the Jets do. Patriots have their guy. The Dolphins probably have their guy. Cleveland needs one, but they are in a weird situation. Titans need one pretty bad.
So it's like Vegas Giants are definitely taking quarterbacks. Jacksonville probably not. Carolina probably not. Tennessee maybe. Cleveland Cleveland like
that's such a weird quarterback situation.
Tennessee, Cleveland, New York. I think New York might take a quarterback.
I think both New York teams take one.
So it's like I guess they could go, but I have a feeling they'll probably be like we'll take Carson. They seem like the idiots who would take Carson Beck.
Yeah, well,
actually no, I take that back. They'll honestly at this point, if Tennessee or Cleveland doesn't take one, I think if they don't take one, they'll probably take That's where Milroe will go. If I had to guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I don't think Cleveland. Part of me wonders if they're just going to stick it out in Tennessee with their QB.
Oh, with Mayo Man?
With Levitt.
Levitt, yeah.
I wonder if they are because because the whole thing is, do you want to be in the position of having to draft 2 quarterbacks and back-to-back in 2 out of 3 years?
Thing is though, yeah, I guess that's true. Levis was a second-round pick. That is tough. That is a tough situation.
And plus, you really think you're going to do better with like Milroe than Levis?
I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Tennessee's really bad. Even though Levis was benched apparently this week.
Because the whole thing is with Cleveland, I don't think Cleveland's going to despite how much they should, I don't think Cleveland's gonna will get rid of Watson.
They can't. They're not gonna. They're gonna try to make that work until the end
they
of
have
the contract. Because
they have to. It's gonna cost Stefanski his job.
Yeah, even though the owners are the problem.
Which is
he's going to be the scapegoat. Yeah.
Which is fucking hysterical to me, mind you. I think both Kevin Stefanski and Zachary Taylor are the two of the dumbest quarterbacks in the league. But Stefanski more so than Zach Taylor.
Wait, what's wrong with Zach Taylor?
I just think he's an idiot.
Oh,
I think he's just an idiot.
Gotcha.
I think I sort of blame him for that team underperforming a little bit.
I mean, offensively they're great. Defensively they're a train wreck.
So I don't know if it's like his fault, but I think he's made some dumb boneheaded decisions. But
gotcha,
but I also think Stefanski has had it.
Oh yeah, no, Stefanski's out.
I think people have given Stefanski way too much leash. And I'm like, I think you fail to realize that he basically booted Baker Mayfield and didn't stop it. Didn't stop the Watson thing when they had Baker. So I'm like, you're kind of complicit in this.
So I have two things on that though.
Publicly.
The Baker Mayfield one, right? He may have booted him or whatever, but also Baker Mayfield didn't really do anything with the Rams or the Panthers after that.
I think the problem with Baker, and I think someone on a podcast I listened to sort of made the thing is Baker played hurt. Yes. And it got him nothing.
Yes.
And he even said, he's like, they think this person's like, I think he played the year following still hurt. He goes, I don't think his shoulder was right that whole year. And plus with him, and plus you gotta remember, he was in Carolina where it was Matt Rule who couldn't coach his way out of a paper bag. Because when at least when he was at the Rams with McVay, an offensive guy, it seemed like things were working again, and he didn't hate his life as much. And then he parlayed that into Tampa Bay, where he's good weapons in a good position, and it's like, boom, he's back. So I think he just played hurt and was on shitty teams with a shitty coach. And when he got the offensive guy, it's like, hey, it sort of proved to himself that, hey, you still have it. Whatever it is, you still have it.
Yeah,
like, you got to believe in yourself. And I think that's what the Rams did for him. So I think the Rams showed like, hey, you can.
Here's a functioning quarterback room. Like
you can do that. You have a functioning quarterback room, a coach that's an offensive minded guy and is probably more than willing to be like, hey, I'll get you might not be able to play here, but if you want to start again, we'll put you in a better position to start again.
Right.
Which sometimes that's what happened. Which is sometimes half the battle.
Yes.
Is like isn't so much trading the guy, but like I don't think any coach, no matter how, any coach is going to be upset. That's like, hey, he got his shit back in order, and if we helped him,
right, that just helps us, right? Yeah. 100%.
Kudos to us, because it's like if we end up like, I don't think Sean McVay would be upset if he had to rehab quarterbacks.
No, because that's what he's best at. Like he made Jared Goff really good, even though for a year it looked like he was going to be a bust. He was able to parlay that into Matt Stafford, who was starting to lose steam in Detroit, won a Super Bowl.
We've talked about this. I don't think there'll ever be a win-win trade like that trade.
That's true.
Because realistically, both quarterbacks could win Super Bowls for their new team, which I don't think's happened ever.
No, and you were able to not just win in terms of both teams win Super Bowl, but both get what they wanted. Right? The Lions wanted some fresh start, and they got a young guy in Goff, who at this point I think is only like 29 still, and the Rams were able to get a veteran they needed to kind of make that push into the Super Bowl contention. That they had all the talent around the dudes. So
Jared Goff's 30.
Is he 30? Okay, that's what I thought. So he's still got like probably 5 or 6
I didn't think he was 2. I didn't think he was 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
Am I young?
Yeah, of course. You're younger than me, so.
That's true. I'm 32 in a week.
Yeah, I'm 33 already.
You turn 40 before I do.
I sure will. Give it another 7 years. But yeah, part of that is I think Cleveland's dumpster fire, and Stefanski will get fired 100%. But I honestly
he should
maybe, but he's not the problem.
No,
it's the ownership. is the problem because they paid for Deshaun Watson. That wasn't the coach's decision. That was them saying, "Hey, we're gonna get this big name and give him a giant contract." And
however,
deal with
the one thing I will find funny, and it's never not going to be funny to me as long as Deshaun Watson is there, is the number of people on Brown's Twitter who will constantly whine and bitch about Deshaun Watson, and the weird people who will attack the people that are like, "Hey, we got Watson, we sort of have to stick it with him."
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I'm like, you're in a bad position, and it's just funny to me that it's like, yeah, the guy's a shitty human being, but you're in a position where it's like, that's your guy, like it or not, because you ain't cutting that. You can't cut it.
Yeah,
you can't cut it. You ain't swallowing that. So
that's one of those situations where you know what? I'm just gonna take a break from football for a couple years.
I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna root. I'm just gonna root for the Bengals from now on. Root for the other Ohio team.
That's a tough beat for their fans. I feel bad. Like it never feels good having to root for a piece of shit.
When you have when you've had a quarterback controversy for as long as that team's been around there, I think I don't think you deserve anything. But
Browns fans, man. One day. I still miss my man Josh Gordon.
Free Josh Gordon.
I know he's 34 and isn't good anymore, but god damn it,
he was my
favorite player for was he ever good? Look at his 2013 season, please. Hold on. Does someone no, dude? He didn't just say was he ever good. Look at 2013, his second year in the league. Just take a look.
Okay.
Calvin Johnson was in the same breath as this guy for a year.
For a year, huh?
And then weed happened.
1,600, so 14 games started, 14 games played.
14 games played.
87 receptions for 16 yards and 9 touchdowns. Jesus.
For that year, he was the best wide receiver in the NFL. And then he got busted for smoking marijuana. And his career went downhill.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I still watch the YouTube video, a compilation of that season for him that has the Flash Gordon theme song in the background because his nickname was Flash.
Who was the white running back that they had?
Peyton Hillis, the same year? Former Broncos legend.
Hillis the same year? Peyton Hillis the same year?
Actually.
How did that team make the playoffs?
I think that was the one year they made it with Brian Hoyer. Oh no!
God!
Peyton Hillis was already with the Giants in 2013.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but I do think that might have been the Brian Hoyer
They were 4-12.
Okay, never mind. It was a different year. There was one year where they were actually kind of good.
Jesus Christ. They were 7-9 the next year.
That might be the Brian Hoyer year I'm thinking of. It sure is.
No, they didn't qualify. It said they didn't qualify.
They did not make the playoffs, but they were 7-9, which was good for them.
That is hilariously sad.
So yeah. Free my boy Josh Gordon if we can go back in time. I'm just saying.
God damn, this team sucked.
Yeah, it was bad. If Josh Gordon was drafted this year where weed doesn't matter anymore, he would be the best receiver in the NFL. Screw off Justin Jefferson, prime Josh Gordon. That was his second year in the league, too. Just throwing that out there. Okay. I'm a Josh Gordon stan. Always will be.
All right. So talking about weed, let's go to the NBA.
Hell yeah. It's legal there.
Where you had the NBA Cup, and get ready because next year it's the Denver Broncos to win.
Denver Nuggets are winning it next year.
Because the pattern continues. The 2020 champs won it.
Yep.
Last year, and the 2020 the COVID champs, Laker won it the first year. Yep. The champs that followed them won it next year in the Bucks.
So it'll be the Warriors. And then
it'll be the Warriors next year?
It'll be the Warriors next year.
The Warriors will win it next year, and then the Nuggets.
Yeah.
So you'll get one soon. The Nuggets are gonna book it. Put your bets in now.
Jokic will stay on parade, dude.
Jokic will be fucking pissed. I have to what?
Why do I have to go to Vegas this week? Wait, do they have horses there?
Actually, he might be fine because I think they do have horses.
Oh my god, they do. Yeah, that place is degenerate. They have so much. They have horse gambling all day, every day, 24/7.
You think he actually bets on horses?
Yeah, I 100%
bets
on horses. Anyone involved in horses bets on horses.
By the way, there's an 8 gig update for Fortnite.
Fantastic.
Just so
that's big. That's big.
I watched the Cup game because there's nothing else on.
Yeah, there was no other.
What a sad fucking game.
Yeah, the Bucks really smoked the Thunder.
Yeah, like, apparently
Giannis was like, "Screw you guys."
The Darvin Ham is apparently the best coach in the stupid tournament.
Oh yeah, it's Darvin Ham and Taurean Prince, dude. They're undefeated in NBA Cup play, 14-0. 14-0. What a streak!
What is so fucking stupid.
Do you think we're gonna talk about it in line with the Jordan Bulls in the 90s? Look at that win streak of 14 games in the NBA Cup, dude.
No, because no one cares.
That's true. No one does care.
Except for Darvin Ham.
You see Darvin Ham like talking about how he got screwed over by the Lakers today?
I don't give a shit.
He was talking. He was like, I don't give a shit. Word for word, he said, if it wasn't the Lakers, I would have gotten an extension instead of getting fired. That is what he said. That is
you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have. I can almost fucking guarantee you all.
The Lakers still suck, but I don't think he was part of the problem.
I'm gonna let you know a secret. You say those comments from that series anywhere in the country, you're getting your ass canned, homie. I know. You ain't getting that extension, you stupid asshole.
Yeah, no, that
maybe in Charlotte you can get away with that shit. Not in a confident city.
That's true. Yeah.
You stupid motherfucker. I would have got an extension there. For what? You not getting swept by the Nuggets?
It's true. I mean, to be fair, he didn't get swept last year. Good for him.
Congratulations, you won a game.
Boston 5.
You still couldn't guard Murray.
That's true.
You stupid fucker.
And Murray was basically dead at that point, so that's crazy.
So fuck you, Darvin Ham, you stupid bitch. Oh, I would have won. Fuck you. Doesn't get enough credit. What did this fucker say? Doesn't get enough credit for success as a head coach. All right, listen here, jackass. As someone who was tortured with your bullshit, no, you got what you exactly deserved. Just because you win NBA Cups doesn't mean jack diddly shit.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna read. He wants all the credit for that Western Conference Finals appearance, dude. That's what he's looking for.
I'm gonna go. Hold on. Let me pull up what he said. Let's go back. What do I? Hold on. What do I have to search here? Hang on. I'm gonna find it. How do I? Where did this dumb shit say? I'm gonna pull it off my phone.
So he said, "To do all as I did, I swear to God, anywhere else, I'm probably looking for an extension with what I did. I'm not talking about feelings, I'm talking about actual facts. They go from not making it to the playoffs, to the Final Four in the NBA, the conference finals, and then you win the in-season tournament, navigate through all the injuries, and win both of your playing games to get the playoffs." So hold on. He says not make the playoffs. Does that guy know that they won the championship in the bubble?
No, not in his world.
Does he not know that LeBron had already been on that team for 3 years?
No.
There's no way, right? Hold on. Did they not make the playoffs here before? I
think they missed 1 year.
I was gonna say, because that's one hilarious. Oh yeah, they did miss the playoffs the year before.
Yeah, they missed 1 year, but it was like they were injury ridden.
Oh yeah, that was Frank Vogel's last year, dude. How bad was it? Let's see. LeBron played 56 games. Anthony Davis played 40 games. Oh yeah, and Russell Westbrook's on the team who you guys hate.
Mm-hmm.
Who is balling for the Nuggets?
Congratulations.
We're getting you a champ, Russ. Don't you worry.
Hold on, I gotta see if I can find his quote from.
You had Isaiah Thomas on that team for 4 games.
Yeah.
He played for like 4 games for the Nuggets too.
Congratulations.
12 games, yeah. That guy's been around. He's played on basically every NBA team.
I'm gonna find this because he said something fucking stupid, and I'm like, what? I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hang on. I'm gonna scroll for a minute here, but I'm gonna find it.
I found a lot of his quotes on LeBron Wire.
No, it wasn't LeBron. No.
Is a website that exists.
Oh, I'm like, it wasn't LeBron. It was when it was legitimately in that NBA. It was during the playoffs when somebody asked him some question, and his response was like, "Oh, you guard something that made no sense when it came to like guarding a guy." And it was like, "What are you talking about, you mindless troglodyte?"
I just know sometimes there was a point where he literally said, "I don't even know."
I think that might have been it. Like it was something like where is it? I'm gonna find the exact thing because it was the most absurd shit I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life. I have to keep scrolling. I'm almost there.
I'm gonna find Darvin Ham quotes. These are always probably really funny.
We're gonna keep looking. I'm gonna find it.
Viral quote.
Where is it?
He said, "We'll be okay. Trust me." Okay, bud.
I think there was some specific quote that he said, and I was just like, "Who asked you?" When was the first round of the NBA playoffs again?
It's usually in early April.
Okay. We're in June.
Yeah, it's a little.
Oh yeah, there it is. Because there was him signing with the Mavericks or something. Almost there. Okay, June 21st. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was the one that said the strategy to beat Nikola Jokic was try to catch him out of his house and kidnap him. That's always fantastic.
You know what? That is the smartest thing that man's ever said.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that might be the only way to stop Nikola Jokic.
That is a brilliant move. I'm not gonna be upset with that one. That's just brilliant.
That's so funny. All right.
Oh, that's just brilliant. Almost there. We're almost there. Hold on. I want to find it. Oh god, because I definitely like quote tweeted it. Here we go.
Oh, you found it?
Oh, here we go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this was it. Darvin Sam said he took Anthony Davis' comments after game 2 that Lakers, quote, have stretches when we don't know what we're doing as, quote, frustration, and he'll agree to disagree with AD. This was my head coach.
Hell yeah, dude.
Extension my fat ass.
That's a fantastic way to coach that team, dude. Darvin Ham, what a guy. NBA Cup legend. Doc Rivers says he's the reason they won because he's been there before.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham deserve to be on the same coaching staff.
They really do. They're a match made in heaven. Doc Rivers hasn't won anything since literally almost 20 years ago. You know how crazy that is? It's been 20 years he's still getting jobs.
I'm literally going to retweet that same thing again where it says saying extension anywhere else in the league. My fat ass, Darvin Ham.
Oh man, Darvin Ham's the best, dude.
God, I hate that man.
All right, you want to talk about some other things I hate? Let's.
Sure.
Okay, so we got some Nuggets rumors that came.
By the way, hold on. There's a bonus. There's a bonus quote. There's a bonus one. If someone asked the follow up, so Teron Prince had a setback through. Was that part of the game plan, or he might have finally lost it?
Wait, what?
I guess Teron Prince had a step back 3 or something, and somebody put, if someone asked the follow up of, so the Prince step back 3, was that part of the game plan, or, and it just ends with he might have finally lost it. I hate him so fucking much.
I'm sorry, you have a much better coach now.
And then he literally said, when talking to Jokic, quote, it's like shit, I don't know what to do on defending Jokic.
That's the one I remember. Yeah.
And the best part is, like, I can't hate him because
that one actually kind of makes sense because I think a lot of coaches have said that where they're just like, we don't fucking know what to do with this guy. Like,
yeah, but the fact that this dumbass is like, it's just frustration. We know what we're doing. Shut up, you stupid fuck. Extension anywhere else in the league. My fat ass. All right, I'm done.
All right.
He'll be great. He'll be a great coach in Denver when they win the cup.
That's fine, dude. You know what? I'll take him as an assistant on Mike Malone's staff.
No, you're going to get Doc Rivers, too.
No, I don't want him. honestly, Malone's kind of. If Malone didn't win as much, I feel like a lot of Nuggets
you guys are
fans
the worst team.
already feel.
You guys are the worst team in the
way.
league without Jokic, so that's a
By a
fascinating thing
lot,
to
like
say.
a lot.
Which is
It's
fascinating.
horrifying. That team is so gross to watch when Jokic isn't on the floor. Like our games basically go, hey, Jokic, give us a 15-point lead, and then we're gonna try not to piss it away in that 5 minutes you're out of the game.
Yeah.
However, going into that, so there's been some rumors.
Zach LaVine!
Okay, so we have some names to talk about. Zach LaVine is one of them. There are a couple on this list that I hate. Okay, one I hate.
The same boat where it's like, what? Who was the one guy that got let go from the thing? Whoever.
What?
Who was the guy? I think he's with Washington.
Who got let go?
Yeah, from the Wizards.
Kuzma?
No, it wasn't. Hold on. It was somebody random. There were two guys there saying like, oh, Denver could go for this guy too.
So the two that Denver from Washington, I guess, have been linked is Jordan Poole, which no, thank you. Out of all of these names, hell no. I don't know if you saw the other night when he tripped up a dude. He put a guy on skates. He fell. He pointed at the defender, but the help defense came and rotated so he couldn't shoot the 3-pointer because he was busy pointing to the defender he just juked. So, like, he went and showboated and didn't even get the shot off and then turned it over.
Fucking classic.
The other one was Jonas Valanciunas from Washington.
That guy, yeah.
I don't hate that as much. I actually wouldn't mind that as a backup center.
Yeah, it was Jonas Valanciunas and Robert Williams was like the two guys that they were saying like, oh, they could get it, but I think the Nuggets were kind of a fit for both of them too.
Yeah, Robert Williams was the one that I've been wanting. Time Lord.
Yeah,
because my God, we need a backup center in the worst way.
Because comparing both of them, Jonas Valanciunas has more points and more rebounds per game. However, Robert Williams is younger, has a better field goal percentage and a better 3-point percentage.
And Robert Williams
73.8% from the field and 50% from beyond the arc.
Yes. And also Robert Williams is a former all defensive team player like 3 years ago.
So,
and honestly that's the biggest thing for me is I don't give a fuck about the scoring. I want defense from our bench so we're not pissing away leads like we do currently. Because like on the offensive end, like we have Jamal Murray who has been rough, but he's kind of shown some signs of getting better. You have Julian Strawther, who's a good offensive player. Russell Westbrook, while he's insane, will at least do stuff.
Insane in the membrane.
Yeah, so I don't mind. Robert Williams is who I really want, but I wouldn't mind Jonas Valanciunas. Another guy at backup center is Larry Nance potentially, though the contract there is a little too big. So yeah, just as long as it's not Jordan Poole, I'm fine. The other two names,
it's gonna be Jordan Poole.
I would be so pissed. The other two names is Jordan Clarkson, DeAndre Hunter. I'd be totally down for DeAndre Hunter. Not as super excited about Jordan Clarkson. The big one is Zach LaVine. Okay? And in order to get Zach LaVine, it would cost us Michael Porter Jr. That's essentially the only contract that kind of matches up. And then Zeke Naji. And then you probably have to throw in like some picks and stuff. And maybe a young player. The more I've thought about it, I'm actually on board. Like, I know in the past I was like, no, I don't want Zach LaVine. However, he's shooting better from 3 this year than Michael Porter Jr. And scoring a couple more points again, that's fine. He is actually able to create his own shot, which Michael Porter Jr. can't do because he's basically catch and shoot and a slasher, kind of. Whereas Zach LaVine can actually run an offense because he's a borderline all-star. The downside is our defense would probably get a little worse because we're giving up like probably 6 or 7 inches at the small forward spot. And honestly, that's like the big, and we're losing rebounding too. So
yeah,
the more I think about it, I think I'm actually on board for Zach LaVine. And maybe that's just because the Nuggets need something. Like if Jamal Murray isn't going to be a borderline all-star, we need an all-star. We need another guy. Even though it kind of pains me to say that.
Yeah.
So, and the injury thing with Zach LaVine is a little scary too, because he has missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
So,
have fun with that.
Hey, we still have Nikola Jokic. It'll be fine, probably.
Until someone kidnaps him.
But we'll worry about that when that day comes.
Yeah.
And then, apparently the Nuggets were also in talks with getting Paul George this summer. Never happened, but it looks like they're going to trade Michael Porter Jr. For somebody. So we'll see who it ends up being. I just hope it's a good
one. We'll see.
I've done the trade machines. They all kind of work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one I saw was Cam Johnson from Brooklyn, but I don't know why Brooklyn would want to do that because he's still young and they suck, so you might as well keep him. But whatever. All right, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
Nolan Arenado rejected a trade to the Astros.
I love him.
I do too. Fantastic move.
The best part is I'm like, he's probably not coming to the Angels.
No.
But I'm like, you did that and that, and the funny part is I laughed. There was the beat writer for the Athletics, was like, or for the Cardinals rather. She made the point that was like, well, he might have rejected it, but the situation's fluid, so he might be traded there yet. I'm like,
nah.
I'm like, I really was like, hey, I don't doubt that she's trying to report stuff, but I'm willing to bet that most of the time, if you say no once, that you're in no position to do you're the team that's trying to get rid of any flavors when you have all the power.
Right.
Like, I don't know what he wants, so it's like, if he like, it's like, cool. I don't think he's going to do you any favors.
Right. Yeah, he's going to go to the team he wants to go to, and that team is not the Astros. They cheat.
That's what I think. So. I think that's what. I don't think he wants to go. I think. I think he wants to come back to California. Agreed. And I think a lot of people. I think that because the funny part is and I'm like, I don't. How do I put this? I'm not trying to be like, oh, he's coming to the Angels, so the Dodgers don't need him. I don't know. They honestly, if they could trade Max Muncy and be like, hey, Nolan Arenado's a better defender. Third, he doesn't have. He can kind of do. He can do less, I guess. So I'm not saying it's not a fit, but I'm like, because the funny part is, and this is, whenever there's certain things when it comes to writing that I'm like, because they're very much like, oh, he doesn't want to go to the Angels. He doesn't want to go to the Angels. And I'm like, it's very odd because it's almost like that protests too much.
Right.
Almost where it's like, maybe he kind of does.
Yeah. And honestly, if he wants to go home, that's the place to go. Like, I guess the Dodgers too, but still, I don't know.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, but I'm just sort of like, I don't think he wants to go to Houston. So no matter what that reporting is, I think that's just sort of wishful thinking because I think they know because of what Houston got from Chicago when they traded Tucker, they can flip the prospect they got for Arenado, and I think that's sort of what they want. And I think the propaganda machine is sort of like, we can get Cade Hunter, who will be up in a couple of years, so that's a great deal for us.
Gotcha.
Mind you, I'm not saying that's what's going on, but I will say, when there's smoke, there's probably fire.
Probably, yeah.
Especially when it comes to writing, where it's like, I know for a fact that narratives do get pushed.
Yes. That they do. But, yeah, I guess we'll see. All right. I guess we'll be back on Saturday with Bryce. Is it?
Yes, sir.
We're doing Christmas stuff. Christmas stream. Is that what that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we got to figure out what we're going to do on that. for that, but
we might split it. So I think what's going to happen, if you're here live, you'll hear this. Yeah. It might be a shorter podcast on the front end talking college football because there's going to be games. There'll be a game on, I think, games on Friday, Saturday, which we want to pick those really quick. So the first game's I think it's Indiana Notre Dame is one. I forget. Were there 4 games or 2 games?
Okay, so Friday has Indiana Notre Dame. Who you got?
Notre Dame.
I'm gonna take Notre Dame too. Saturday has 3 games. It has SMU, Penn State.
SMU, because I think Penn State's gonna choke.
Okay, I got Penn State, but I have no reason for that.
To be fair, I'm also rooting for funny in that game.
Right, that's true too. And for all these games for me, because I'm out of it. Then we have Clemson, Texas. I think that one's pretty obvious, right? It's gotta be Texas, right?
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what was it?
Clemson and Texas.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, and then the last game is Tennessee, Ohio State.
Tennessee, because I think it'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I actually think Tennessee too. Ohio State choked, and I honestly, that whole Ryan Day thing makes me laugh. So
yeah.
So all right, cool. We made our picks, but yeah, those will be going on.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Ohio State game will be going on during our Friday or Saturday podcast. It looks like so.
Yeah.
All right, so see you bitches then. Come join or whatever.
That was aggressive.
Hey, they're great.
Jesus.
Sorry. Bye.